When we look up at the night sky, we are not seeing the stars as they are now. We are witnessing a journey. A journey of light that has traveled for hundreds, thousands, or even millions of years. Through the dark ocean of the cosmos, finally arriving in our eyes. Like a long-delayed letter from a distant world. Every glimmer of starlight is a trace left by a star across deep time. A fragment of memory the universe quietly hands to us. When we gaze at the night sky, we are not just looking at stars. We are looking at the reflection of time itself. Light needs time to travel, and time never turns back. No person, no civilization, can escape its ceaseless flow. We are confined to a narrow gap called the present. With the future forever out of reach. And the past forever beyond our grasp. We drift like a solitary vessel. On the river of time. Unable to paddle upstream, yet always yearning to see what lies beyond the horizon. But perhaps this river is not as straight as we imagine. Perhaps, in certain hidden corners of the universe, space stretches, compresses, twists, and tangles. Like a sheet of fabric wrinkled between your fingers. In these folds, distance may lose its meaning, and time may bend back toward itself, allowing past and future to overlap at some unimaginable point. If these folds could be opened, they might reveal a doorway leading somewhere far beyond our reach. This is the idea of the wormhole. A shortcut through spacetime that exists almost entirely in equations and imagination. It is a bridge across galaxies, a bridge across time, a bridge that challenges causality itself. It does not belong solely to science fiction, it arises naturally from the mathematics of relativity. A hidden passage woven into the very structure of the cosmos. Einstein taught us that gravity is not a mysterious invisible force, but the curvature of spacetime caused by mass. Planets orbit stars. Not because they are pulled by some unseen hand, but because they glide along curved pathways. On the warped surface of space. If that curvature becomes extreme enough, spacetime can fold like paper, bringing two distant points in the universe suddenly side by side. At that moment, a bridge quietly emerges. Scientists call it the Einstein-Rosen bridge. It may exist only for the briefest instant. A flicker in the fabric of the cosmos. Yet within that instant, distant parts of the universe could touch. If humans could pass through this slit in spacetime, one leap could replace tens of thousands of years of travel. It would be the boldest shortcut in the universe, and the most dangerous dream we've ever imagined. Imagine it. The moment you step into a wormhole, the world behind you dissolves like mist, and the exit before you might open onto an unfamiliar star, a landscape untouched by human footsteps. It might lead to a distant future, or a long-forgotten past. It would be the most miraculous journey in human history. But the brighter the dream, the colder the reality. A wormhole is born and destroyed. In the very same instant. Imagine it. The moment you step into a wormhole, the world behind you dissolves like mist, and the exit before you might open onto an unfamiliar star, a landscape untouched by human footsteps. It might lead to a distant future, or a long-forgotten past. It would be the most miraculous journey in human history. But the brighter the dream, the colder the reality. A wormhole is born and destroyed. In the very same instant. In the realm of quantum physics, the shadow of exotic matter may truly exist. The Casimir effect shows us that between two extremely close metal plates, the vacuum can exhibit a faint negative energy. It is like a hidden clue left by the universe, hinting that wormholes might not be pure fiction. But the energy is so small. It couldn't support even a grain of dust, let alone a spacecraft. And so, wormholes remain suspended between physics and fantasy. Mathematically, they fit perfectly. Technologically, they are impossibly distant. Philosophically, they raise more questions than answers. Perhaps they are illusions in our equations. Or perhaps they truly exist, silently waiting somewhere in the universe to be found. If a wormhole could connect different eras of time, things would get complicated. If you traveled into the past, and stopped a certain event from happening, what would happen to the life you have now? This is the famous paradox: would the universe allow it? Can causality survive such a fracture? Scientists have proposed many explanations, but none that fully quiet the mind. Perhaps the past and future cannot truly be changed. Maybe they are fixed coordinates on the map of the universe, and our journey is simply tracing the path already drawn. We think we are choosing, but perhaps we are merely arriving where we were always meant to be. A wormhole might not lead to freedom, but to understanding. A wormhole is born from physics, yet it symbolizes something deeper. It reveals our smallness, but also our relentless curiosity. We long to cross boundaries, to walk toward the unlit corners of the universe. A wormhole is not only a scientific hypothesis, it is an extension of human spirit. Whenever we look at the stars, it feels as if we're gazing outward. But we're also looking inward. If one day we can cross the galaxies, perhaps we can also bridge the distances between one heart and another. Understanding, courage, trust. Maybe these, too, can travel farther than we imagine. Maybe wormholes will never open for us. But that doesn't stop us from asking. The universe is vast and wondrous, and humanity is great because we dare to imagine. Perhaps the true meaning of wormholes is not to carry us farther, but to remind us that exploration itself is the path. A wormhole may remain a dream shaped by mathematics, but because we cannot touch it, we continue to reach upward. It urges us to reflect on time, on destiny, on existence itself. In this boundless universe, a wormhole is a question, an invitation to rethink what reality can be, and what we can imagine. When we gaze into the idea of a wormhole, what we truly see is our own unextinguished curiosity. Crossing a wormhole might not be a way to leave home, but a way to return to the very first question: why do we explore? Because the unknown waits. Because the answers matter. Because this is who we are. We are human.